Hey planner friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Alicia and today's video is going to be my planner and journal lineup for 2025. Alright, I know what you're thinking, it's a little bit early, it's only September, no sorry, it's only October. I'm living in the past. But to be completely honest with you, I got these on launch day, most of them anyway, and I'm just so excited. I've been itching to dive into all of my new goodies, and I've been resisting the urge to do a setup. And so my compromise is I'm going to walk you guys through my lineup today, and then starting from November, you can expect to see lots of setup videos from me coming your way, purely because I'm just so excited. I can't wait until December, and to be honest, I've been so busy with work recently and I feel really burnt out and tired, and I feel like this will just help me feel a bit better. I haven't really felt like journaling, I haven't really wanted to touch my planner, purely because I get home and I just don't really have the energy. So I think this is exactly what I need to help rejuvenate my love for my current planner. So let's get into it. There's quite a stack here, and I think what I might do is start with the journals. I think that makes the most sense. So I've got a number of different ones that are undated, and there's just plain notebooks inside of these Hobonichi covers, and we'll go through those first. So the first one here, this is so fun to me. I love this Yumi Kitagishi cover. It wasn't in my original haul. I did end up going back and getting it later. I just couldn't resist. I love the scrapbook journal theme of it. I think it's actually called Travel Journal or something to that effect, and I just think it's so special. And also I love cats, so I couldn't resist. And then inside, I just love the way the little pockets are decorated. But inside, this is actually my creative journal, and I thought it was the perfect cover for it because it's, you know, kind of junk journal themed, and that's what I want this to be. Again, I haven't had the most time to work on it, but we'll get there. So I've done a little title page, a little letter to myself, I've done a playlist, and then this is going to be a travel bucket list. And really, I just want this to be a space where I can have fun and do some silly junk journal type things, or like more creative journaling. And I got this idea from a lot of like TikToks that I've seen where people are doing like creative junk journaling, and I just think it's really fun, and I really love my Hobonichi stuff, so I thought what better way than to put it in a Hobonichi notebook. Of course the thin paper is not the most friendly when it comes to being super bulked up. It's not so bad in the little notebooks, but obviously because the paper is so thin, it'll really show the bulk quite quickly. But I just love the paper, and I love that I'll be able to use my fountain pen inks in here, so that's why I went with Hobonichi, and that's that one. Okay, so next we're gonna go to this one. This is my Spy Family A5 cover, and again inside is just a plain notebook. This one I actually haven't started writing anything in. This is the blank notebook, by the way. And the reason I chose the blank notebook for this one is because I want to make this a media journal. So my plan for this is I'm going to either do some doodles or again do some scrapbooky style stuff. And I want this to be a collection of my media reviews. So any books that I've read, any movies or TV shows that I've watched, I want all my reviews to be in here. I plan on kind of like color coding the sides, potentially with tabs or some like round dot stickers or something, so that at a glance I can see whether it was a movie, a TV show, or a book. And then that way, when it's all full, I'll have, you know, maybe a couple of years worth of media reviews. I don't think that this is gonna fill out in a year, but it's something that I really want to implement next year. Currently, I actually kind of do my media reviews inside my planner. So hold on, I'll show you an example. Okay, so here I read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I actually wrote her name wrong, but ignore that. You can see I've done a little rating and then my like rough little review on it, and it's just in this section of the page. So I haven't done like the most extensive review, but that's something that I want to try and get more into in here, and that's why I've decided to do an entire notebook dedicated to it. And I just thought the Spy Family cover was so fun because obviously Spy Family is both a manga and an anime, which is a form of media in and of itself, and I love Spy Family, so I thought that that was the perfect use for this cover. So that's what this is going to be. I've got a couple of books that I've read and one TV show to add in here, so I'm hoping to get around to doing that soon, but honestly I'm suffering from a little bit of blank notebook stress, like that feeling when you are too scared to crack into a blank notebook because it's so perfect. And honestly, again, I've just been feeling quite burnt out and tired from work, but I am hoping to get into this soon. So that's the plan for that one. The next one we're going to go into is this one. This is the A5 Yumi Kitagishi cover. Inside is just a regular grid notebook. Okay, so this one I've actually been filling out for a few years now. As you can see, this one was from 2021, and I've actually kind of divided the section. So the front section, I don't really want to flip through too much. It's got a lot of like personal kind of abstract, kind of just thoughts. And that's what I'm using the first section of it for. The second section is currently blank. The third section, I've just got some like planner thoughts, my fountain pen journey, recipes I want to try, more planner thoughts, dinners, and my 2024 planner lineup. A Bali packing list that I never ended up using because we went to Bali in May, but that was kind of the vibe there. And then the last section, I've got my like Coffee Monsters Co swatches, and also my fountain pen ink swatches at the very back. So this one's kind of just a bit of a mishmash. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. It's just one of those notebooks that I kind of collect lots of random thoughts and lists in. I suppose you could say it's kind of akin to a commonplace book, but I'm not really collecting ideas or quotes as much. I'm kind of just collecting bits and pieces of my life. So this is another notebook that I really do want to continue to use. It's kind of just a random brain dump notebook. I really just want to commit to actually finishing this notebook. I felt a lot of anxiety about it because it was such a mishmash of things, and I was so tempted to just stop using it, but that's absolutely ridiculous. Paper is meant to be used. So again, I'm trying to get over that perfectionist mentality and just crack into it. And I really do like it. I think by the end of it, I'll be glad that I did it. But this one, I really do have to push myself to use more. I'm thinking about leaving this one by my desk and trying to do morning pages. My only thing with morning pages is that I have to get up at 6:30 for work, and to be honest, I don't sleep until like 12 or 1, which is absolutely terrible, I know, but it means that I struggle to wake up at 6. So if I fix my sleep schedule, I will potentially try to use this for morning pages just so I can get some more use out of it. But I do really love this cover. I think it's stunning. I love this little janky looking cat on the back, but super fun. I'm excited to actually get more use out of this one as well. Okay, and then the last one that I guess is kind of more of a journal and will likely span across more than just 1 year is my 5-year journal. I've seen the discourse about the paper problems, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not really bothered. I tested some of my like most used pens and brush markers on the back page, and yeah, the bleed through is a bit worse than I would have liked, but at the end of the day, it's not a big deal to me. It still functions in the same way. I'll still be able to hold memories in here, and again, it's really not that bad. I know some people's was worse, but doesn't really bother me. I'm really excited to get into this. For this, I plan on just, I have no idea what just fell, but anyway, for this one, I really plan on just using it to jot down something big that happened that one day. Or just like a general journal overview of the day. I want to try and focus on positive memories, and I want to try and focus on like the bigger or more important events. Obviously, not something big or important happens every single day. I do want to capture the mundane as well, but obviously if there was something super exciting that happened that day, I'd want to be able to see it at a glance when flipping through. My plan for this side is to just dedicate it to the really special moments. Hopefully I will add photos to it, but I'm thinking I might actually just save the photos that I plan on using every single year until I get to the end, and then sticking all of them in at once. That sounds like a really big undertaking, and it's going to take a lot of filing, but I don't really want to add bulk to it before I'm done with it, because I think it's going to make it very difficult to write in, and it's going to make me not want to keep going every year. So I'm thinking I might try doing a side for photos, and again, just holding on to them for 5 years and then sticking them in. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated, but that's kind of the plan for the 5 year. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that this starts in 2025, and I just think it'll be really fun. This is going to capture the remainder of my 20s, and then I'm hoping that I'll get a new one for my 30s, which is absolutely crazy to think about, but I'm super excited for the 5 year. This one is probably the one that I'm most excited for. Okay, so next we're gonna go with my tried and true Hobonichi Hon. This is her, she's gorgeous. And the inside, this is the English version. I used the English version this year and I really enjoyed it, so I just thought I'd stick with it for next year, the weeklies. So pretty much I'm gonna use this planner exactly how I've used my planner for this year, my Hon for this year. With the exception of potentially the weekly page. So if you haven't already checked it out, I'll link my last video that I did in the cards up the top, and I'll also link it at the end. It was basically just a guide to different Hobonichi planners and how I've used my Hobonichi planners in the past few years. And I actually used my weekly page very differently than I used it this year, even last year, which I genuinely didn't remember. So I'll kind of show you an example of a spread from this year. This is how I've been using it, very much just memory keeping, very much Erin Condren style. This is also kind of reminiscent of Theory of Lauren's planning style, and I really did like that, but I don't think I'm going to continue it going into next year. Last year I actually used this weekly section as a weekly planner, and I really liked the way it looked. I don't remember how functional it was for me, so that's yet to be determined, but I think I might try going back to using this as an actual planner next year and not just a memory keeper, but we will see. I'm yet to be fully certain on that one. I'm still tossing up, because if I'm being completely honest, for this year I've kind of just run out of steam with my weeklies. I did most of them up until about September, and then I stopped wanting to do it just because I've been so burnt out from work and tired that all I really wanted to do was journal. So I'm thinking this might serve me better as just a planner next year instead of like a weekly memory keeping, what I did every day type style spread. But we'll see what happens. Nothing's set in stone. The only other part of this planner that I know for certain what I want to do with is the monthly spreads. If you, again, haven't already seen my how I use my Hobonichi Hon video, I explained that I use my monthly spreads as a memory keeper. And I use Coffee Monster Co kits. I haven't done October yet. and I haven't finished September, but it's something that I like to do in one sitting. I'll kind of just sit down and listen to some music and just fill it in. And I think it's a really fun way to reflect on the month. I like seeing the whole month at a glance, like big events, small events, things that happened. I just love it. I think it's so special. So I'm very excited to bring this into next year. This, I can't see myself changing. So definitely going to do that again. And also Helen's kits for next year are gorgeous. I'm obsessed, and I will be picking them up during Black Friday. So this will largely stay the same. The only part of my Hobonichi Hon that might be different is the weekly pages. So stay tuned. I will definitely update you guys on what I decide to do with the weekly pages, but as of right now, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, the last two planners I have are both Hobonichi Weeks planners. So this is going to be my personal Hobonichi Weeks. I had it in a plastic cover, but I took it off to avoid glare, which I'm really sorry. Pretty much everything in this video has had glare. It's just, that's the problem with a ring light. But anyway, I'll be honest in saying that I have an on-again, off-again relationship with the Weeks. Sometimes I use it a lot, sometimes I don't. I haven't touched it for the last week now. But I'm hoping to get back into it for next week. I really like the layout. I really like the kind of way that I've started using it recently, and I'm determined to make it work. I love how portable it is. There's just something about it that I love, and I'm really determined to make it work. I've also been utilizing the back pages for lots of budgeting. I'm not going to show that too much in detail, just because I don't really want to put my money on the internet, but I'm enjoying using it. I want to find the most effective way to use this for me, and I'm hoping to figure that out before next year. But this one is basically going to be my personal weeks, so I'm going to again use the back notes pages for budgeting. I really like how that's working, and then I plan to just do like my daily to-do lists, my weekly to-do lists, and general sort of to-do format in here. I really like just having sort of a running to-do list on the side. I think that's the most effective way for me to use this planner. I get the most mileage out of it that way, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's the plan for this one. Now, this Hobonichi Weeks is still in its plastic. This one, I'm kind of torn about what we're going to do with it, but basically it was kind of my boyfriend and I's idea to use this one as a joint planner, so that way we can pen in any events ahead of time that we know are coming up. We can fill in birthdays and also put grocery lists in here, so whoever's going to do the shopping can just take this to the shops and kind of tick it off as they go, or you can transfer it into the phone. And also for meal plans, just so that we're all on the same page, and if one of us is busy, the other one can kind of pick up the slack. This one we need to kind of like talk about it together to fully figure out how we're going to use it. But the general plan for this one is that it's going to be a joint planner. And I think it's going to work out really well for us. Because right now we kind of just have a fridge planner, but it's only a 1 month at a time. So it's hard to plan for more than a few months in advance. And then I don't use Google Calendar. I have an iPhone, and I'm not really a digital planner person. And my boyfriend doesn't have an iPhone, so we don't like share or sync calendars on that. And I think that it would just be really fun for us to use a physical planner. It was actually his idea, so we'll see if it actually gets used by someone other than me. We'll see how it goes. But that's the plan for this one so far. I'm really excited about it. We both love Spy Family, and this artwork is just stunning, so very excited to use that one as well. Alright, so that's the plan for next year's lineup. I'm super excited to get into the setup videos, and like I said, those will be coming starting November, so if you're interested, definitely subscribe to be notified when those ones come out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and please leave a comment down below letting me know how you plan on using your planners for next year. I'm always looking for more inspo. I'd love to hear how you plan on using your different journals and notebooks, because I think that's the most fun thing after a haul, is to hear how people are going to use everything. I think there's so many good ideas in this community, and I just love when people share. Always looking for a new way to use my Hobonichi goodies. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.